Proctors. Well, I am coming to you tonight to finally bring you a walkthrough on the Tropical Travelogue mini album. I started this quite a while ago and I never finished up the last part of it because of some things that happened, personal things that happened, but I promised to one of my subscribers that I would get this up this weekend, and so here it is. There's just a couple spots that I probably will go back and do some changing on it yet, but it's 99.9% done. So let's take a walk through and I can show you some of the other things that I ended up finishing on my own since the last tutorial. So I have added flowers, and these are just some flowers from my stash. They were 49 in Market flowers, and I'm sure that they are not available anymore because I've had them for quite a long time. I then also took some of the cut aparts from the pages and from the main page on this Graphic 45 collection, and I put them onto the front, and then I put glossy accents on top of them just to make them stand out a little bit more. But the other thing that I did is I popped them up with some black chipboard on the front of the book. And then on the side of the book I did let me see how many inch spine that is. It's been too long. It's probably about a 3-inch spine on there. And then here is the back of my book. And the book itself measures 7 by, it's a 7 by 9 mini album with a 3-inch spine. And I have the 3-inch spine because I want to make sure that there's plenty of room for any of the pictures that are going to go into this. The other thing that I did do is I put a tie on this mini album, and on the end of the ties I put some little black doodads back here, and they're what they are is just a piece of cardstock cut at 5/8 of an inch, and then the next one is at a 1/2 inch, and then I put glossy accents on the top of those little doodads. So they're not very hard to make. They're very, very easy. So just to add a little bit of something different to the end of the ties. So here we go with the book itself, and it's quite full. Up here, this is a section that I finished off after the last tutorial. I put a small pocket here, small pocket here, and then I just decorated the side of that, and then I did 2 Graphic 45 tags so that I can put photos on the back of there. And at the time I'll decide whether I want to mat them back there or not, but I probably won't. And then this is a little tag book. I did not cut out the papers for yet. I wasn't sure whether I was going to leave it in there or exactly what I was going to do. So I just put that in and making a decision on that. I might even make just a small booklet, or I do have some of the Graphic 45 ATC tags, but I can't put my hand on my die right now, so that was why I kind of went that direction. And then on this page, what I ended up doing is taking some of the cut aparts, put one of the stickers down there, and then this is another part of the cut apart, and here as well. And so room for 2 photos and room for journaling. And then this page opens up, it's snapped closed, it's closed together. And what I ended up doing was photo matting this page, and then I did leave those tabs open so that a picture can go in there. And on this page I took one of the cut aparts, and then on the back of here I took some of the stickers on the edge of that flap and I have 2 tags in this pocket. And then I have some of the designer paper on here with a punch that I did along the edge of the pocket. So then this just flaps over and it locks with a magnet. And I made this page with some of the stamps, and those are backed up on black cardstock. I did a small pocket here. And all of these pockets are, they're not flat pockets. They have a little bit of give to them, but there's not a ton of room. But I also have a tag in there, and then the tag up here, and this could be titled for that page. Then on this side over here, I just took some cardstock and I decorated the front of it and one of the stickers here in the paper. And then I have this open right now because some of the pages were getting a bit thick, so I didn't want to go too far with all of the matting. And then this page flips out, so you can put some pictures on there, and that flips up. And then I have another graphic 45 tag here in a pocket. And of course you can put a picture up here as well as on the back of the tag. And then this just flips over, and there's some real estate there for putting pictures on here with just the backing of the pattern paper. Then this flap goes up with a pattern or with solid paper in the back and one of the stickers there. And then in the middle here I have just a belly band, and I put one of the stickers on here and backed it with black cardstock. And then I made a small booklet here and used some of the pattern paper and did that inside as well. Room for 2 pictures, and then there's room for journaling about the trip. So this is actually going to my son and his fiance for their travel that they took when he asked her to marry him. So I'm looking forward to giving this to them to document that trip. And then this page flips over, and one other thing I just want to mention, there is room in here to be able to put more booklets or to put other pages in there, but for right now I'm waiting to see how many pictures they have and how full they'd like to do it, and maybe this might even be more journaling in there. So I didn't put any in right now, but if I did, I would probably just do a flat black, and then with possibly an edge of some pattern paper. But I'm getting down on my pattern paper to a few pieces, and so we'll see where that goes. But each one of these pages does have that side pocket. So, and then here we've got some more flaps where we can put some pictures in here. Then we also have room for pictures here. This also can be lifted up so a tag can be slipped in underneath that. And when we go over to this page, there's also another booklet in here. And this is with the belly band, and this is just one of the stickers on top of there. And then I made this small booklet and also matted that inside, and then also matted it at the back where they could put a larger picture in there. All right, and then again, there's room here for a mat inside there. And then this is, actually, how many pages? I was going to say I thought I had 4 pages, but I think I have 5. Yep, I have 5 pages in this album, and this waterfall is held here by a tag. Now, I have not put ribbon on the top of these tags, and I haven't really decided whether I'm going to or not. I might put more of a twine towards the top of them and tie them in a bow. I'm not real big on having a lot of ribbon hanging out of the album. I prefer to have it a little bit cleaner. So then this can also be lifted up, and a photo placed here, a photo placed here. And then this lifts up, so that there's a photo opportunity right in here. And then this one lifts down and room there. And then there's also room here to put a nice large photo if they'd like to have something enlarged from that day. We close that all up. And then on this page, we have an angled pocket with one of the cut-aparts. And I have another booklet here that I've left empty. And again, I'll mat that as I can, but otherwise I put a sticker and some of the pattern paper on there. And then with this part of the page comes down and it's just plain paper on here. But here we have a waterfall. And again, it's not covered with pattern paper inside because I didn't want it to get too thick for all the pictures. And then there is one of the cut-aparts from the booklet that I cut and I folded so that it's like a small booklet inside this little pocket in here. This comes down here, this flaps up, and then we turn that page and we come to this page with pockets and flaps on it, and these flaps actually get tucked into the pocket, so there's room to put like 2 little photos, or if there is a landscape photo that they wanted to put, and some documentation. And these pockets are then, there's a magnet underneath the pocket so that this can be held into the pocket and it won't go flying out. Does move a little bit, but it still is keeps it in the pocket. And then there's another one here where they can put maybe 2 2x3s or 3x3s in here and some journaling. And then I forgot to put the magnet on top of that underneath the paper. So I ended up just, what I did with this is I took one of the stickers and I put it on some black cardstock, but then I stacked the black cardstock underneath it so that it was punched out, so that it was, I believe it was a 1/2 inch punch, might have been an inch punch, and or 5/8, and then I took the 5/8 inch punch and punched about 3 more of them. And when I did that, I also punched out the middle of those so that I could nestle the magnet right inside that that little round, that little circle. So then that way it'll keep my magnet on that page. This is a simple page, actually just a side fold waterfall. And I've got some of them matted, some of them not. I'm going to see what I have got in pictures once I get these all matted, because I don't want them to be so thick that you know, everything won't close. So I'm just going to wait and see what pictures I get and how I'll be matting it. And then on this side it's exactly the same, only maybe with a little bit less matting, but there's a base mat down there as well. And that closes just like that. And again, there's room for a pocket in here. And then our last page, what this is a flap that goes through here. And I put another little booklet in here. And it's just to lift up photos in there. And this is a pocket on the front of this page. And I've matted this page right in here. And I'm leaving this open for right now because, again, I'm not sure if I'm going to do photos with journaling or how many larger pictures that they'd like to have in their album. So I've just got to watch for that. And the same thing on this page and this page. And then I have a pocket in here. I thought I put a tag in, but I guess I didn't. So there's something that can go back there. And this all closes up. That back to there, like that. And then on the back of here, what I did is I put a pocket. So this is a folding pocket, and this is for any of the brochures or maybe plane tickets, different items that they'd like to put in the album to keep for keepsakes. And that is our mini album. The one other thing I want to show you though is something that I did differently on this mini album. As you can see, and you may have seen in some of the other videos, is that I actually took some of the pattern paper and I actually cut the slits in the pattern paper down below so that the hinges would come out from the pattern paper. So you can see what a nice coverage that gives all the way through the edges or the middle pieces of the album. Really great coverage along there. It looks almost pretty seamless. So that is our book, and thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you have any questions about the mini album itself and on how I did any of the processes or any of those items, just let me know. Leave me a message down below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Otherwise, I thank you so much and hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you.